Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the show. We have Debbie here. She is married with two teenage kids. Are they boys or girls or a mixture of both?
Two girls.
Two girls. Okay, cool. And she's a teacher and her husband's also a teacher from the Northern Territory. And she's been in the program for about 6 months. She's 46 years old. So we tend to attract women we have women in their 30s and a few women in their 20s, but we seem to attract more women in their 40s, 50s and 60s. I think Debbie and I were just talking about it because you can sort of get away with a lot of shit in your 20s. You can eat nothing and, cut the sugar and do all the cardio and, it sort of hits you, I think. Well, some women are unlucky and it hits them a lot earlier, but I definitely think by the time you get to your 40s and your 50s, you're really paying for all the shit that you did to yourself in your 20s. So Debbie, talk about why did you join the program? So what were the issues that you were experiencing?
I know it's not about the numbers, but deep down it was the superficial stuff would be the honest reason.
Well, everyone wants to look better. I think,
and to stop going around that cycle of trying different things, want something that actually could work and sustain.
Yeah, you want to feel good in your skin and feel energized and but in a healthy and sustainable way, which is possible now. Yeah.
I gained so much more, so I felt really good early on. I know it was all along about the long term, but I felt so good even within the first month or whatever that stuff did become secondary, and I didn't worry about the scales or. I felt so much better with energy and mood and all the other bonuses that
come with it.
Was sustaining it for that reason to start off with. But I know, and for a lot of people it seems it's been a long thing, depending on what your background is and a lot of healing to do. But I had results really quickly, and I noticed in size and it's got more toned as the.
That's awesome. So just go back and talk about what you were experiencing prior to joining the program.
The painful periods, and that wasn't something I signed up for, but it's like I was saying before, was just something I'd lived with and thought was my normal, and just the luck of the draw that you put up with that.
And was that your whole life? Was that your pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, wow.
Particularly 1 or 2 days, or can be excruciating on and off, and so I've always had to take drugs for that, or some sort of painkillers, and have iron tablets and that for trying to balance things out. So I'm not on anything now, and I've had my first couple of periods where I haven't had to take anything.
That's great.
So that's kind of, it's huge. But just definitely the moods and just the energy being even more.
So did you have a lot of low energy and erratic moods prior to joining the program?
Yeah. Or just more flat, I guess. But the energy was definitely down and sort of pushing through work and then crashing afterwards. And now it's more consistent, and I've just got so much more of it.
What about your sleep? Did you suffer how was your sleep? A lot of women suffer from sleep issues.
Yeah, I've always had trouble sleeping. And again, I kind of you just take those things on board as that's your normal. So it's not till the difference that you appreciate it a bit more. But that's definitely better, and I can go to sleep easier. And I actually want that routine and that cycle now. It's easier to keep. You sort of, you're 10:30, I know I should be in and
you're
feeling better.
Just because you're giving your body so much more food. Most women sleep better. What about digestive stuff? Did you have any digestive issues, bloating, constipation prior to joining the program? Another thing that I think a lot of women think is really normal.
Yeah, the bloating, particularly with the period, that really painful day, I'd be up. I took photos on the early days just to show that I could, within 24 hours, I could look from my normal to 7 months pregnant, and it was really painful. So that's all gone.
Amazing.
Quite amazing, yeah.
What about...
get really uncomfortable.
What about...
Probably a bit of constipation, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone just feels it's so normal. What about binge eating? Were you did you binge eat?
Yeah, and probably particularly if I try things to do better and eat better. And then, there's always things that aren't sustainable, and then end up having a bit of a binge, and I've always been a bit of a chocoholic or a sweet tooth.
Because we cut all the sugar out of our diet. And what had you tried in the past? What diets, what programs?
Sugar-free. That was really hard. But again, it gave you those quick results, but it just wasn't sustainable. And and I feel like if you try and do it a second time and then you don't even get those same results, a soupy kind of one where lots of soups and meal replacement shakes. but nothing really long term, but just bits and pieces. Yeah.
And
just being conscious about what I ate and trying to restrict, I guess.
And had you been doing it for quite a number of years? Like, you're 46 now. When did you sort of start to try to diet?
Probably 18 or around that, in late teens. I don't know. Yeah, so it is a whole life thing.
Crazy.
And just I've always done lots of exercise, so
yeah,
you think you're doing the right things. But we'll just talk before about, it's felt like it shows that you are treading water and sort of just chasing your own tail when you're, or thinking I'll make up for that tomorrow and do more exercise or whatever. But this has changed my whole thinking.
So it's an awful cycle to be trapped in, but I think so many women, I've been there myself. And so let's now talk about the results you've seen since coming into the program. So do you want to first of all talk about the subjective measures? So, your sleep, digestion, mood, energy, menstrual cycle. What improvements have you seen there?
They're all ticks. So the period thing was a huge change that I wasn't expecting that. It wasn't one of the reasons I'd signed up or thought was a thing that could be helped. So it's quite amazing that I did the challenge in October, so I haven't really officially started till after that. Sort of started small increments. So it's not a long time really to think of a lifelong of period pain, and now I've had my last couple pain-free ones.
It's great.
Just digestion's good, regular. Just even energy and not feeling like I need a power nap when I get home, have to crash.
That's so good. And let's talk about the changes in your body, as in the physical, like the weight or the body fat.
Straight away I noticed the difference. Not straight away, but it's felt really quick to me because I wasn't expecting it to be quick, because I kept thinking, think long term and all those things. But I noticed centimetres wise that it was getting more definition and just felt better, along with the energy. But I've lost almost 10 kilos now, and that's 5 or 6 months. So it's just been really steady and consistent. And I just amazed that actually seems sustainable. It's a bonus that it's still going down, but I'm eating as much calories as I was before. I'm having the brownies and ice cream most days. So I don't feel like, I feel like it's a sustainable new life thing and not like a diet. Because someone said, how long are you going to do it? I'm thinking, that's not like that. Or they've made comments on your willpower, and I don't feel like that's part of it anymore, because I'm not deprived of anything. I feel satisfied. Yeah.
That's so great. What sort of foods are you eating?
I've never had it where I've gone this long on something and haven't felt like I needed to binge or break out, because I'm not missing anything.
So good. So good. What sort of foods are you eating? So brownies, yum.
Yeah, I love the brownies and the homemade ice cream. Or smoothies, have those regularly. And if I haven't had a brownie or something, I might put some ice cream in my smoothie if I'm having more of it as a dessert kind of thing. I've tried your pancakes are good.
Oh, they're so good.
But most days I have that oat slice and the egg in the morning. So it's just made me realise I needed more protein and less fat from what I was having. But I'd never looked at macros and things before. So it's changed me that I'm full and I'm satisfied all day. So having those 6 smallish meals.
So good.
Like I said, you can eat right before bed and go to bed feeling satisfied.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what about your training? How has your training changed from what you were doing before?
I just feel like I can train properly. I've never pushed myself with the weights before. It's just doing a little bit and you chucked in with cardio and whatever else. So I felt like I was working harder before in that way. Whereas now I feel like that 3 days a week is what I do as my max, 2 sometimes, and then 1 hour sessions. But I can push with the weights, which I've never felt like. So I can see it going up, and that's been really rewarding. And I've started from nothing, looking at, lifting 15 kilo deadlifts, that kind of stuff, to 60 something now in 5 or 6 months. So it's nice to look at my old notes and think, well, it's, not against anybody else, but against my own PB, that's huge.
So good.
So I do feel stronger, and I can have a rest day and think, well, it's guilt-free, because it works for the program. I've worked hard yesterday and I can have that recovery. If I don't work out today, that's good. Whereas it was always just about fitting more in before and more exercise.
Yeah, more exercise, less food, always.
Yeah.
Now it's less exercise and more food and eating sugar.
Something like that. Yeah.
It blows your mind, doesn't it, really? Look at those guns. I know when you posted your pics
I thought I'd put on some active wear. got changed.
You look great. You look so healthy and strong and just
Yeah, no, the
happy.
skin's been better. I've heard other
Yeah.
people say the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of women comment,
Nails.
yeah, on skin improvements. Yeah, I think it's when you're just nourishing your body and giving it the nutrients it actually needs and not, you know, flogging it anymore and depriving
Yeah.
it. It's
I do
amazing.
karate, so I've like sort of always been, I thought I was fit and doing a lot. But that's sort of hit and miss, whether it's sort of a curriculum-based training or whether they decide to chuck a bit of boot camp stuff in. But I find it's worked really well with this, and I feel fitter. So when I do have to throw in some cardio in that, I feel like I can keep up with the 20-year-olds, and I feel fitter than I was before. Yeah,
Oh, that's so
without
good.
I'm not running in my own time or doing any of that stuff anymore.
That's so
But if
good.
they do some, your star jumps and a bit of burpees and whatever,
Yeah.
I can do that. It seems to, my fitness has improved.
So good.
Adapts to that stuff still.
So good. So good. I just love every time I do one of these. It just makes me so happy hearing women eating all this yummy food and feeling strong and just feeling better, just to be away, just to break free from the stupid diet. So, when women join our program, they usually have a few reservations, and I'm sure you were the same. So one is they're worried about the time commitment, and you're a mum, you work full time, you've got 2 kids. What advice would you give to a woman who thinks they don't have time?
Honestly, you don't get much more of an example than that. I'm studying as well.
Wow.
So and I've never spent very much time in the kitchen, but it's just change of mindset and prioritising my well-being. And like we all have our ups and downs, and I've got big stuff going on with my dad unwell and things, but I just feel like I'm in the best physical way I can be to handle that kind of the mental health stuff that life chucks at you as well. So I make that a priority, and I've kept up with the food prep, and yeah, I feel like it's doable. So there's no magic pill, and we all know that. But so I do work hard, but I just feel like it's very achievable and sustainable. That's what I've really liked about it. I'm thinking, I can keep this. This is not
Enjoyable.
not doable, or it's not a temporary thing that's going to work for a little bit. I feel like it's just the new me.
And a lot of women, because obviously we have clients all over the world in our program, US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, obviously women from Australia. How have you found doing it online? How have you found the support, the way the program's delivered?
Yeah, really good. I'm not a big techie, so it's all new learning curve, and I hear a lot of people saying the same thing. It's so much at the start, but everyone's really supportive and then answer you really quickly, and gently, don't treat you like you're stupid. But I found everyone to be really approachable, and it's just doing what you can a little bit at a time. But online's been fine. I'm training too, and I'm do a little video and send it in if I need or get corrections. But adapted to it really well. Thought it's been good. And even just having the apps is really handy.
Well, our new app will be out soon. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
We're just testing it now, so that'll be.
In the gym, I can go back and look at something and think, I'll just refresh to make sure I am doing that right, because you start touch base again and relook at the video and
keep
video
going
yourself and see how you're going.
Yeah. That's good. Well, I think, like most of the women that we get in this program, I mean, I'm not a mother, but most of the women are mums with kids. So I think, it's got to be reasonably, simple, like you say, train you 3 days a week, do your food prep, it's good basic food. I think that, how does your family go with the food?
Yeah, really good. I think that's what I've liked, because I think it's the normal kind of food I would like anyway. So you can make a big batch and kids and hubby are happy. Yeah. I get a bit possessive, think I've made this one, I'll make a food portion. You don't eat too much of it. You guys can have anything.
Craig eats my bloody ice cream. I'm like, stop eating my ice cream, or help me make some, because it just goes twice as quick.
Yeah, but it's good, simple food that they can eat as well. You don't have to double up. And I thought, that keeping up with it would be an issue, but now I've hogged up half the freezer and I'm well in front. So if you have those busier weeks or something happens, there's always stuff I can pull out.
So good. So good. And what about the investment? Do you feel it's been worth the investment? Have you got the value for the money that you've
definitely
paid? Yeah.
So I really liked having those tasters at the start, and I guess that helped me just to bring in a couple of little things at a time, so it wasn't overwhelming. You can start to muck around with a couple of recipes and try a few things. But like I said, I felt better straight away, even not having that full commitment and not doing it consistently. Just adapting little steps and making progression. So I was definitely keen, and we talked about it use the Christmas present thing as an excuse, but I thought, yeah, if it's like it's about long term and the rest of your life and life changing, then that little bit when you weigh it over all the years, I'm hoping every year I've learnt enough that I can sustain things myself too. And,
yeah. And who does your meal plans for you now?
I do my own, really. Yeah, I haven't checked in for a little bit, but I've.
So you know how to do it?
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
And again, that was all new using on the apps for that. And I've never tracked food before, so it's all new stuff, and you just do your little bit and get some feedback. And but like everyone's really good with that. I found you guys really approachable and yeah.
Awesome. And finally, if a woman was sitting on the fence about joining the program, what advice would you give her?
Nothing to lose, only positives to gain. It's investment for life, and I found it life-changing. I think, you've got to go for it. And I hear a lot of people say the same thing. They could have hummed and hawed and followed you for a bit. No, I did the same thing. Kept checking online and thought, this one sounds different. And even the older stuff with the strong, not skinny, I thought, I need more of that mentality than sick of being worried about my body type, or I'm almost 6 foot and I'm never going to be small.
Yeah, wow, you're tall. You're so tall.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Nothing to lose, only what to gain.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Debbie, for coming on. I really appreciate you sharing this, and I hope it will, help a woman make that decision to jump in and join the program and, and make the change. It really is life-changing. I agree. It just flows on into all other areas of your life.
You can do it in your pace and like that whole fail forward thing, little bits at a time. It's all improvements. No one's going to be perfect. But
so true.
Having said that, I just found everything quite quickly changing. So I wanted to be all committed. Loved it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks so much, Debbie, and I will chat with you in the program.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.